Great rising.
Great rising. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
Welcome.
Wednesday.
Yeah, welcome Wednesday. Good morning.
January 2020.
Wow. Right?
Right.
This is episode 10.
New decade.
New decade, episode 10. This allows us to open more doors and reach different platforms.
Absolutely.
Thank you for continuing to support the Peanut and Cocoa Bean Experience. We are humbled. We are humbled by the followers that we have, and
shout out to you.
Shout out to you. Thank you so much. And we will continue to try to bring conversation starters for you and your household and your friends and your girlfriends and significant others. It's just conversation starters.
Yeah, and men want you to definitely utilize the opportunity in these videos to turn it on your little romantic side or your big romantic side. I don't know what side you have. Make sure you turn it on. They appreciate these things. I know you do, right?
We do. Yeah. I do. Okay.
We do have a topic.
We do. What's the topic?
Our topic is, what is love teaching you?
I like that.
Me?
Us. I like that topic, especially for episode 10. You know, we did a statistical research about our episodes, and the episode that got the most views is the Epiphany of Love. And anything that has a love in the title, we seem to get a lot of views. And so I think this is a wonderful topic. But before we get to that, right?
All right.
I've been thinking about some things, you know, reflecting and everything. Because this is episode 10.
Yes.
This whole idea sprung from something you and I do unconsciously, regular. How do you feel? How do you feel with what has happened to one idea that was said over a dinner table? Mm-hmm. To 10 episodes on YouTube, apparel, vlogs, over 100 followers.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel? What have you learned from this? And then I'll answer the question. Unless you want me to go first. You want me to go first?
You asked me, so because you asked me the question, I'm going to go ahead and use some of my thinking in it. Okay. I have to utilize my thought with the feeling. So bear with me.
Okay.
I'm thinking this is what I feel. I feel exalted that so many people want to hear what we have to say. I'm very much in tune with how our relationship has grown, and we've had some holidays, we've had some real deep, intimate places that could have been a train wreck, and they were just a bump in the road. So I'm grateful in that aspect. How do I feel in totality? I believe my vibe is this is going to be a wonderful, blooming, illuminating, and iridescent vibe. This culminating more and more and more and more opportunities for our future. And that overall is a tremendous help for my mental space, because this is art for me.
Yes, it is. And I know that I've mentioned many times before that you do all the editing and the lighting and you put the whole thing together. I just, sit here, and you are all behind the scenes, and the music, the intro and outro, that's all your music that you produced yourself. Yes. That's no one else's music, and you are so amazing and so talented, and then you get to showcase just very little of that on these episodes, and so I appreciate you.
Thank you.
A couple of things I've learned.
Yes, please.
I have learned that I'm someone that's in love, but a lot of the feedback some of the feedback that we received that just stop gazing. And you know, I tried to just stop gazing, and it was the longest 5 minutes of my life, and I never want to try. Try again. So one of the things that I've learned is when I am authentic,
Yes.
in my feeling and in my being, it is okay. This idea that started at a kitchen table that came to fruition, one of the things I learned, it's okay just to be me.
Please.
If I need to gaze, I'll gaze. If I need to tell you I love you, 1,000 times in one episode, I will do so, and it is okay.
Right, yeah, it is.
But another thing that I learned, and I think the final thing I learned, because we have a show to do,
All right.
I am humbled by the fact that when it is God's gift, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And not to be scared. And I don't think we've been scared to do any of this. When it's God's will, it flows. And when it's self-will, you got to say, try to make it work, try to make it work, won't work. Try to make it fit, try to make it fit, won't work. You know?
Gotcha.
One comedian said once, when they try to make it fit and try to make it fit won't work. That rings true.
Yes.
I just think of that.
No, I'm with you. And shout out to that comedian for those energy. That energy, that's a real statement. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate this. Thank
There's
you so
nothing
much.
we can't do.
No, we talk casually all the time. We had 3 conversations before we even started recording. So this is how it is. Deep ones too.
When we come home and decompress, because we only get a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's about, honey, how was your day? And it was, honey, how was your day? And I mean, we have some deep conversations because it's
Peanut
very
be going through
fluid.
some stuff.
Peanut goes through some stuff. Cocoa Bean
Coco
goes through some stuff.
Yeah.
And this is a safe place.
It better be.
And sometimes I say, do you want my opinion?
Absolutely.
Do you want my support? And sometimes, you just need to listen to your mate. I've learned that during these times. And sometimes you don't need advice. And it's okay for me to ask you, do you want advice? Or do you want me to just listen?
Right.
Because sometimes I'm a great listener. And advice I'm very leery giving. Because like a good friend of mine, Dana, said,
What'd they tell you?
life will make a liar out of you. And so I can sit and say what I would do, but if I haven't walked in your shoes, I really don't know what I would do.
Right.
I really don't know. So I'm very, I'm leery about giving advice, but I'm a great listener.
I appreciate it. And I believe I could say I'm a great listener as well.
Awesome listener.
Don't think I'm an awesome listener. Okay.
You're an awesome support system, too.
I appreciate it.
And you're a very pleasant spirit and a very gentle man. But like I've told people before, when it comes to me, yeah. When it comes to me and my well-being, you're very protective, and I appreciate that, and very supportive. But
No problem. Of course. Well, we want to share with you guys why we thank you, and it's only your 10th episode. But of course, being the 10th episode, it wouldn't be a 10th episode if we didn't receive your feedback, your comments,
yes,
your likes, you sharing, you reaching out to us directly because you have access to us.
Right.
So we thank you there. And if I can, Coco.
Yes.
My deal is I want to express why I'm in love with you and why being in love with you holds great regard for my next steps and why I won't ever stop, no matter what. Can I? May I? All right. 1, and I'm not in any particular order. 1 being how fluid it is to express how much I care. That's something I want everyone to be able to do. Just express exactly what it is you would want for someone to treat you and just reciprocate that. Just give it back. And it's so fluid. There's not a day that goes by that I'm like, I'm not thinking about doing something to make your day easier. It doesn't happen. I don't come home empty-handed. I set out and found sage.
Yeah.
I found it. So
He found a sage.
Yeah.
DJ gave us some sage.
And we did receive sage.
Yes,
so
thank you, DJ.
So that's big. That's big for me to express exactly what I feel inside and how I am able to express what you do to me, what you do to my mental health. And you give me clairvoyance, you give me peace. And that's difficult for a lot of relationships. I see that power struggle sometimes. And I'm just observing. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I see it. So thank you for this. 2, you know how to mirror the similar energy that I give off. You mirror it very well. There's a song that I was listening to, Match My Fly. You know who it is? Yeah, that song, I didn't really want to listen to it, but it just kept playing. Match My Fly. I enjoyed that song. So if you know who that Memphis rapper is, I'm just shouting out that Memphis rapper as it is. Match My Fly, dope record, appreciate you. Because that's what it's like. You and I, it's a definite left and right foot. The motion. What'd you say? Gas pedal and the brake.
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. So it's beautiful. So
you too.
Yes. So with those 2 expressions, I want to express that you teach me what it is to forget about old love and remind me what this love is. So.
Oh my goodness, I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm overwhelmed a little bit.
You take a moment. There you go.
What has this love taught me?
What is it teaching?
What is it teaching? So what is love teaching me?
There you go.
I alluded to this a little earlier to you, and I want to reiterate for our audience. And I do not want to sound like a Hallmark card. That's not what this is. Love is teaching me compassion. Love is I didn't want to sound like, right, a Hallmark card. So what I will tell you in this love, there are no rules.
Wow.
I never knew that there were no rules. There's no timeline on dating. There's no timeline when you fall in love. There's no timeline when we get married. There is no rules when it comes to love, and that's what I'm learning.
Unconditional love.
No rules.
No rules. Yeah.
We've broke all that.
You had to. Well, they limited you. They gave you too many limitations.
And it was something that I lived by for a very, very long time. And you came into my life, and we have broken all those rules, every one of them. And now I am so free.
Wow. That's deep. I mean, where I'm baffled on, or my words are taken back, is when you think of all the standards and you think of all the different perimeters and parameters that are given and guidelines that are given just to maneuver through society, and then you're like, nope, you don't need them.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna move around how my spirit feels. That's dope.
And this love has taught me to do that in other areas too. Like I had a conversation with the camp. That's who I affectionately call women. These couple of women that I love and spend a lot of time with, and they're the camp business.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, and so we had a conversation today, and we often love people who are not good for us, and that's you ever heard of the saying, keep your enemies close? Not to say my camp is enemies. We were just talking about how relationships, not romantic relationships, but even friendships, and we know that they're really not the best for us, or they really don't have our best intentions, but we keep them around because as humans, we love people that's not good for us sometimes. Experiencing this love with you and realizing that love has no rules, I don't beat myself up about it. I just go where my spirit wants me to go. And sometimes my spirit wants me to bring around those people that I know are going to talk about me later. Or I know not really going to have my best interest, or want to meet with me to find out more about us. Or my book. Or whatever it is. Whatever it is. But there's no rules anymore.
Yeah.
That's what this love has taught me. Think about it. We really have it pretty darn good.
Blessed. I'm blessed. If you look amongst the masses, they say
Yes.
We're wealthy. That's what
Yes.
they would say. You have a roof over your head, heater that works,
Yes.
food in your tummy.
And
Wealthy.
that's how I'm living life, and you helped me do that. Because prior to you, I didn't have this feeling. It had to be. Everything was very compartmentalized, and everything had rules to it. I remember, okay, I'm going to share this, and you might edit it. I don't know.
No, maybe not.
I remember when we first decided to exchange keys for the house. And so I gave him the keys to the house, and I said, but you can't come until you call first.
Yes.
And then he handed the key back and said, maybe you should hold on to this a little while longer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because everything had a rule.
Yeah. And I guess I, without trying, helped you break a lot of the rules.
You did.
By just expressing to you that I don't want to have boundaries when it comes down to enjoying my time with you and enjoying my life with you and growing with you. Because when you create these barriers, you're stopping a flow of naturalism.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to stop this. And I'm like, well, if there's going to be some rules starting now, my first rule is not to accept it.
Right. And that's what you did. And I was like, oh, that didn't go over too well. And I said, okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been told that I'm very different, and I get it. I'm different for the right reasons. I don't want to be different just to cause friction and problems and pain. I want to be different so you know my authenticity comes from a place of my mind saying I care, my heart showing that I care. And if it's not that, you won't be able to receive it well.
Right.
Because you're going to be sitting here, what does he really mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where does that really come from? His intent is in the right place.
Yes.
And if you express that energy, those same people who said they want your time and want to know more, they're going to pick that up.
Yeah.
They're going to pick that. What?
Yeah.
But what have they picked up? Nothing but beauty.
Yeah.
So I want to close the show. Is that all right?
Yes.
All right. Just want to make sure. See, you still got to ask permission for the right things. Episode 10, you guys. It's 2020. I want to make sure that I encourage all who watch, all who view, all who pay attention, check, comment, do all of the above. Find out what your relationship teaching you.
Mm-hmm.
Find out what any relationships are teaching you. My auntie said it the best. They're not teaching you nothing, they're slowing you down and holding you back. Till next time.
Let's subscribe, like, share, and comment to the @peanut_and_Cocoa Bean Experience. Till next time.